What if I told you this brand new sedan promises the comfort of a luxury limo, the efficiency of a hybrid, and tech so advanced it feels borrowed from the future? On paper, it looks like the car that could make rivals like BMW and Mercedes nervous. But specs don't always tell the full story, and behind the wheel, the truth can be very different. So, is this the smartest new luxury car of 2026, or just clever marketing? Let's find out. A car that could make rivals like BMW and Mercedes nervous. This is the brand new 2026 Audi A6, a car that sits at the heart of Audi's lineup and has long been the go-to choice for professionals who want more than just a business sedan. Over the years, the A6 has balanced sharp design, refined comfort, and cutting-edge tech, but now it faces tougher competition than ever, with BMW, Mercedes, and even newcomers pushing hard in the luxury space. Audi says this latest A6 is smarter, cleaner, and more connected than any version before it. But how much has really changed once you step inside and hit the road? That's what we're here to find out. Let's start with the design, because first impressions matter, and the 2026 Audi A6 knows it. From the outside, it's instantly recognizable as an Audi, but look closer and you'll notice sharper edges, slimmer headlights, and a grille that's wider yet more subtle. It feels both familiar and refreshed, professional enough for the executive parking lot, but modern enough to turn heads on a weekend drive. The proportions are balanced, the stance is confident, and it gives off just enough presence without shouting. Slide inside, and this is where Audi has doubled down. The cabin is a blend of understated luxury and futuristic tech. You're greeted with new ambient lighting, a wraparound digital cockpit, and haptic feedback controls that are easier to use than ever. The seats strike that sweet spot between comfort and support, making long highway stretches feel effortless while still holding you in place on winding roads. Materials are top-notch, soft leather, brushed aluminum, and recycled trims that add a sustainability angle without compromising style. It's an interior that feels like it belongs in a class above, but at a glance, you wouldn't call it flashy. Now, let's talk performance. Under the hood, the A6 offers a range of powertrains, from efficient hybrid options to a turbocharged setup with plenty of muscle. The entry models deliver smooth, quiet cruising, while the higher trims pack enough punch to make merging onto the freeway or overtaking effortless. Steering is precise, with that Audi signature balance between sport and comfort. The ride quality is tuned for everyday usability. It soaks up city bumps, but firms up enough to keep you engaged on covier roads. Tech is another major talking point. Audi has introduced an upgraded infotainment system with faster responses, sharper graphics, and even deeper integration with your smartphone. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, but what really sets it apart is the way the system anticipates your needs, like suggesting alternate routes based on your calendar or adjusting climate control depending on outside conditions. And yes, voice commands are finally more natural and less robotic, which is a welcome change. Asterisk, safety features are just as advanced. You've got adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist, and a new hands-free highway driving mode that allows you to relax in traffic. Though, as always, it's meant to keep you attentive. These aren't gimmicks. They're features that make everyday driving less stressful and more enjoyable. But here's where things get interesting. While all of this sounds great on paper, the real question is how it feels in practice. Does the tech genuinely simplify your drive, or does it distract you with constant inputs? Is the ride truly balanced, or does it lean too far toward comfort at the expense of excitement? And how does it stack up against rivals like the BMW 5 Series or Mercedes E-Class when you push it harder? That's what we're about to uncover when we take it out on the road. And now, the moment we've been building toward, taking the 2026 Audi A6 out on the road. At city speeds, it's exactly what you'd expect from a luxury sedan. Calm, composed, and whisper quiet. But press harder, and the A6 reveals a very different side. The turbocharged engine responds instantly, surging forward with smooth, confident power. The steering sharpens up, the suspension firms, and suddenly this business sedan feels far more alive than its suit-and-tie image suggests. On the highway, the cabin remains eerily silent, even at speed, like the outside world has been muted. Long drives feel effortless, with adaptive cruise and hands-free assist taking the edge off traffic. But what really surprises is how natural the tech feels in real use. It doesn't bombard you with alerts or gimmicks. It quietly fades into the background, stepping in only when you actually need it. That balance makes the A6 feel genuinely smart rather than over-engineered. Asterisk. Now, compared to rivals, here's the twist. The BMW 5 Series might edge out the A6 in sharpness when you're pushing hard, and Mercedes E-Class arguably has a more plush, luxurious cabin. But the Audi strikes a rare middle ground. It's refined without being boring, sporty without being punishing. It doesn't just try to mimic its competition, it carves out its own lane. And that's the turning point. What seemed like just another executive sedan on paper turns out, behind the wheel, to be something that refuses to be boxed in. It's more versatile, more adaptable, and more rewarding than expected. The real question, though, is all of this enough to justify its price? And does it truly outshine its legendary German rivals when you factor in everything? That's where the verdict comes in. Asterisk. Asterisk. So, where does that leave us with the 2026 Audi A6? After spending time with it, this car feels like a carefully balanced answer to a very tough question. How do you keep an executive sedan relevant in a world where SUVs dominate and tech moves faster than ever? On the plus side, the A6 delivers a smooth, confident drive that blends comfort with just enough excitement to keep you engaged. The cabin is a standout, modern, premium, and filled with tech that actually works in the real world instead of distracting you. Safety and driver assist features are among the most advanced you'll find at this price point, and Audi's attention to design detail still shines. Asterisk. Asterisk, but it's not perfect. Drivers who want the sharpest handling will still gravitate toward the BMW 5 Series. Those who value plush luxury above all else may find the Mercedes E-Class more appealing. And if practicality or price are your top priorities, you'll notice the A6 doesn't exactly come cheap. That said, the A6 strikes a rare middle ground that few rivals manage to hit. It's ideal for buyers who want a car that can handle daily commutes, impress clients, and still feel rewarding when you take the long way home. It isn't trying to be the flashiest or the sportiest. It's aiming to be the most versatile. In today's US market, that versatility matters. With so many brands fighting for attention, a sedan that can confidently bridge luxury, performance, and practicality may just point the way forward for this entire segment. Asterisk. So here's the big question. Is the 2026 Audi A6 the best all-rounder luxury sedan you can buy right now? Or would you choose one of its rivals instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which one you'd pick and why. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth reviews, and join us for the next big launch. Because the competition in this space is only getting more exciting.